Hello, my name is Isabella Ambrosio, and today I'm going to be teaching you about labor and social organizations in AP Euro. So let's get started. I'm going to start talking about trade unions because trade unions emerged when government started extending legal protections in the second half of the century. And trade unions were an opportunity for workers to express and to confront economic problems and to improve security for themselves. Now, an example of a group of trade unions coming together is the International Working Men's Association, which is a group of trade unions from Great Britain and France coming together. And a man named Karl Marx was a part of that association, and he talked and spoke and approved of trade unions coming together and working for reform within existing political structure. Now, his ideas of socialism came to be known as Marxism, and that became the dominant branch of socialism eventually. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Britain and their organizations. Now, Great Britain had a lot of trade unions, but they mainly rallied with the liberals. And there was also a group called there's an organization called Unionism where non-skilled workers would unite and create their own group. And there was also Fabianism, which was a concept of believing that reform could be achieved through political process and not exactly through radicalism. They were not a radical group at all. And now we're going to talk about socialism in different countries, and we're going to start with France. France's socialism was not as unified as it was in other countries. There was some socialists here and there within the cabinet, but they were really looking forward to merging all the National Socialist parties in France together, but unfortunately, with the outbreak of World War I, they split, and socialism in France would not occur in cabinet again until 1936. And then we're going to talk about Germany. Now, Germany had a party called the German Social Democratic Party, which basically kept Marxism alive for the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. Now, they had an opponent named Bismarck, who we all know as the Prime Minister of Prussia, and he was very anti-socialist. He did not believe in socialism at all. However, the people seem to have rallied with the socialist ideas, and the polls show that they really did enjoy the views and the ideas of socialism. So Bismarck then kind of gave in and decided to give Germany a social welfare program, which is not something that was very common at all. Germany was one of the first countries to have enjoyed a social welfare program. And then we're going to talk about Russia. Russia and socialism, you can't talk about those two without talking about Lenin. Lenin was a part of the Russian Social Democratic Party, and that party was divided into two groups. The first group was the Bolsheviks, and they were the majority of the Socialist Party, and Lenin was a part of it too, and they believed that reform should be achieved through revolution. They wanted a revolution, and the minority of the Russian Social Democratic Party did not want that. They were called the Mensheviks, and they thought that reform would be achieved rather not through revolution, but instead through political process. However, the Bolsheviks, which was the majority of the group with Lenin, took over, and they were going to start a revolution, but unfortunately, with the outbreak of World War I again, Nicholas II was able to kind of calm that down and stop the upheaval from becoming too large of a problem. And that's about it. So thank you for listening to me, and this was the Labor and Social Organizations in AP Euro. Bye!